Hi lovelies, today we are going to be making pasta fettuccine. And this recipe is good for any celebration that you have, especially since we have Valentine's around the corner. And thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed. I hope to get to know you better. Make sure you leave a comment, and if you're yet to subscribe, please hit your subscription button. Now the ingredients that we're going to use for this recipe is as follow. We're going to need our pasta, of course, and then we're going to use some shelled mussels, some prawns, some calamari or squid, whatever you like to call it, some baby tomatoes, seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, and some chili flakes, parsley, about 6 garlic cloves, and butter. Now first off, you want to prep all your ingredients. So I started off with my squid. I put some markings or some lines on it, as you can see in this video, and I'm going to cut it up into squares. So I washed all my seafood, and this is the final product of my calamari, as you can see in this video. Now I'm going to start prepping my tomatoes. I'm just going to cut it into half. Keep it nice and simple, okay? And for my parsley, I'm going to roughly chop it up like you can see in this video, and then I'm going to set it aside. In a big frying pan, I added about 100 grams of butter, and that's about half of the butter that I'll be using in this recipe. I let it melt, and then I went in to add my prawns and as well as my squid. So I'm just going to lightly season this with some parsley flakes or dried parsley, whatever you like to call it, and some all-purpose seasoning. I'm just going to fry my seafood all together. That way the seasoning and the butter get all infused into my seafood. As you can see, as it gets cooked, the color changes into this bright red color. And you're going to let it cook for a little bit to make sure that all the ingredients are well marinated into your seafood. Now, in another pot, you want to boil your pasta. So I start off with adding a little bit of oil because I don't want my pasta to stick, and then I put in some salt and I pop my pasta in there, and I'm going to cook it as per the instructions in the pack. Mine says to cook for about 10 minutes, and that's all I did. And after 10 minutes, my pasta was ready. I just put it through a sieve and strained out the water. Anyways, guys, I reserved about half a cup of pasta water that I'm going to use later on for this recipe. My seafood is ready, so I took it out from the pan. I added about 1.5 tablespoons of butter to the pan because I was cooking about 3/4 of the pasta and I wanted it to be nice and moist. Anyways, I added my chopped garlic into this mixture and I gave it a stir until it was nice and dissolved. Also, I added my baby tomatoes that I had chopped in halves, and I seasoned these with some chili flakes just for a little bit of spice. Then before going in with my shelled mussels. Now I just gave it a little bit of a stir, and then I closed this pot and allowed it to cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can see the mussels have started to cook, and some of them are already ready. And so the half cup of pasta water that I talked about that I was reserving, I added that into this. I don't want my pasta to be too dry. I want a little bit of moist in the pasta. And then I went on to add my already cooked pasta and my prawns and the calamari. I topped it up with my fresh parsley and a little bit of salt just to taste, and gave it a mix. And I just mixed it around to make sure that all the ingredients were incorporated into each other. And I tried not to get my pasta too dried out or let the water, dry out. Anyways, I covered it up for a little bit, and this was the result that I got after cooking this pasta, guys. And I must tell you, this is super yummy and delicious and healthy. If you do try this recipe, please leave a comment and say, hey, I'm Alicia's Foodie, I did try this recipe and it came out superb. Okay, that's what I want to hear from you guys. Now tell me, have you enjoyed watching this video? If yes, please hit the like button. Do not forget to subscribe so you can get all my posts. You can see everything when I post them, and please share with your friends and your family. Thank you.